Hello, I'm Dr. Matt Young from Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital. We're a proud supporter of Game Day since day one. We want to wish all of our local high schools a safe and healthy football season. If you find yourself in need, be sure to visit us for all your emergency care and outpatient imaging at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital, 4646 Cowhorn Creek Road.
Booker, and it looks as though the Bobcats won the toss, but they're going to defer, and they will take the second half kickoff as they'll kick off to the Razorbacks to begin things. We got a little chilly tonight, 55 degrees. The wind, which yesterday was blowing at around 20 to 25 miles an hour, is down to about 9 miles an hour, and we do not expect much temperature change during the duration of this game. Should be 55 all the way through the broadcast tonight. So Razorbacks will now come out of the blow-up Hoghead tunnel they've got. Bobcats have just a little banner at the far left end of the end zone. We said the wind's blowing at about 9, and it's on the field not really very evident. The flags at the top of the stadium are blowing pretty hard from right to left where I'm sitting, but the flag, the American flag hanging from just behind the goalpost, really doesn't have much blow to it at all. So a little bit of wind. It looks like it's going to be blowing for hope in their face, kicking the football off, but other than that, we don't expect the weather to be too much of a thing. There's no call for any rain tonight, so it should be a cool, dry, perfect last weekend in October kind of football game. Again, the coach for Hope, Philip Turner, this is his fourth season as the head guy for the Bobcats. He has yet to get a season of more than one win. A win over the Razorbacks tonight would double the win total from the last couple of seasons and really be a step forward for that program, who has been trying desperately since that 9-win season back in 2015 to get on the right track. They just have not been able to get over the hump and get more than that one victory. So they're feeling like this may be a chance for them tonight. Razorbacks, of course, hoping not so much. Barry Norton coming into this game as now his 5th year as head coach of the Razorbacks. Norton coming in with a record of 31-18 overall. The last 5 seasons, 6-6 his first year, 10-2 in 2018, 7-4 and 7-1 the last 2 years before this season's 1-5 record. Hope, again, as we said, has not had more than one win, and you've got to go all the way back to 2015. They had no wins for 2 straight years and then 1 win for the last 4 seasons combined. Around the conference tonight, this is certainly not the only game going on. We'll have other matchups happening, and the big one's actually Hot Springs taking on Camden Fairview tonight. Fairview is going in as a 9-point favorite, and they are the district leader going into this one. And D-Queen and Magnolia also playing. The Panthers are a 42-point pick over the Leopards in a game that's at Magnolia. All right, you can hear the little fireworks in the background as the Razorbacks come running out with Barry Norton and his staff. They are wearing their traditional home uniform, got the red top, the red helmet, the white pants, a clean traditional look. And it's the crowd that's got the freshmen up on the roster this week, which we don't normally see that, but we're at the end now, and so a lot of the ninth graders are getting a chance to get out there and get a little time on the field. Of course, we certainly want to recognize the seniors, a pretty big class, but Ricky Williams, Logan Williams, Anton Harper, Messiah Jones, Christian Stewart, Warren Gullett, William Massey, Decamian Brown, Christian Torres, Darius Hill, Johnny Murphy, Devontae Terry, Miles McBay, Javarian Conway, Christopher Kennedy, all the seniors on this Razorback team. And so they are walking onto this field for the last time in high school. Some of them are maybe going to get to play at the next level. For a lot of them, they've got one more game left in their careers, and then they will hang up helmets and cleats as football players. Bobcats now coming out. They're in their white road uniforms. The white tops are basically the complete reverse of the Razorbacks. Razorbacks with white pants and red tops. Bobcats are red pants and white tops. They're taking their time coming out. A lot of them with a very bright neon orange shoe for the Bobcats. The guy we're going to look for hope is going to be Tyler Patterson, the sophomore quarterback. He's the second quarterback that they've had this year. Marion Dempsey and Ty Patterson have kind of split that role. Patterson's been the guy, though. 8 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 817 yards. He only completed 37% of his passes, so not terribly accurate, but they're not trying to throw the football. They're really about running the ball. Dempsey with 725 yards on the ground is the leading ground gainer. Tyjon Jones, the leading receiver. He's got 16 catches, and he is the only Bobcat with more than double figures of receptions. He's got 487 yards and 5 touchdowns, a senior wide receiver. All right, Bobcats finally coming out and getting ready to go. The Razorbacks will send back deep Gaheem Webster. He'll be back at around the 2-yard line. On either side of him, Adrian Williams is to his right, and I believe we've got Marcus Floyd over to the left. They're at about the 10-yard line. Hope's kicker is Diego Ortiz, it looks like. He is a right-footed kicker, and he's ready to go. Hand up, and we're actually underway. Very short kick, got underneath, and it takes a really lazy bounce at about the 35-yard line, scooped up by the Razorbacks, who run the wrong way. Backward for about 5 yards. That was Quarian Brown on the return, and we're at it. Make it the 31-yard line. That is where the Razorbacks will take over for their first series of the afternoon. And I think we are also welcoming the folks from Texarkana Gameday into the broadcast. So we got you on both sides. Hope you enjoy the broadcast, and glad to have you along with us this afternoon. All right, Arkansas High to start things. First down and 10 at the 31-yard line. Ball on the left hash for the Razorbacks, and Ty Wade, the quarterback. He's back 5 yards behind his center. One tailback to his right. I believe that's Powell that's in the game. And on first down, Wade back to pass, looking middle of the field. He's got a man deep, and he underthrows it, intercepted at the 36-yard line. That's picked off by number 1 for Hope. That's Amarion Dempsey. And it's one play and a turnover for Arkansas High. A little underthrown that time from Wade. And things starting on the wrong foot for the Razorbacks. All right, so first down and 10 at the 36. As Hope's about to go on the offensive now. They'll have first down and 10 at the 36. Ball right in the middle of the field. Their quarterback is Ty Patterson. First down throw right in the middle of the field, in and out of the hands of Tristan Young, the junior wide receiver. He drops the football, and the Razorbacks get a break on that one. It'll be second down and 10. Really wide open wide receiver, but unable to make the connection. And the Razorbacks go to 2nd and 10 defensively. Bobcats will split 3 receivers out to the left for this one. Second down and 10. Handoff up the middle this time, and spinning after just a 1-yard gain is going to be Amarian Dempsey. And we'll make it 3rd down, and actually that was Kajon Booker, their tailback. Picked up 1 yard on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 9 now for the Bobcats. An incomplete pass, a 1-yard gain, and we've got 3rd down here. Again, they'll split 3 receivers wide left, 1 to the right. Quarterback in the shotgun, high snap. He pulls it down, throws middle of the field wide open again. That is Dempsey, and he's off to the races. Razorbacks are going to struggle to catch him, and they're not. He's going to go all the way for a 64-yard touchdown on the 3rd offensive play of the game for the Bobcats, and they lead it by a 6-0 score with 10:52 left to play in the first quarter. Yeah, an auspicious start for the Razorbacks on both sides. First, the interception on the first offensive play, and now the touchdown on the 3rd play from scrimmage on for the point after try. That's kicker Dempsey, who just finished running for a long touchdown. Looks like a little movement, and actually that's Ortiz, the kicker. And we're going to have a penalty on the extra point try. They don't even get the kick off. Looks like the Razorbacks were offside. They'll move them up a yard to try it again. So a quick strike for the Bobcats, and they'll try it for a 2nd time maybe to get a point after try up here. Long delay. Finally, we're getting ready to, it should be a pretty routine point after. Ortiz is ready now. Patterson's his holder, and he drops the snap. They're trying to get it up, and they're not going to, and the Razorbacks smother Patterson back at the 10-yard line. So the extra point try is no good. The Razorbacks trail 6-0. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout. We're going to come right back to Real Country 98.7 and Texarkana Gameday.
Have any walk-in physical therapy because we're a family-owned clinic, we have the ability to offer some unique accommodations for patients, extended hours, including weekend availability, flexible payment plans, and we provide every patient the personal cell phone number of one of our therapists for 24/7 accessibility. We look forward to seeing you at our newest location at 5602 Richmond Road, Texarkana, Texas.
All right, welcome back. Quick ball game score for the Bobcats. They lead it by a 6-0 margin. And they'll kick off again for the 2nd time now. Ortiz's kick, short, it's going to bounce at the 27-yard line. Razorbacks will scoop it up at the 25 and trying to break free from that, and that's not going to happen. They're going to say the return man for the Razorbacks had his knee down already when he scooped up the football, and this is going to go back to the 25-yard line where Arkansas High will take over for the 2nd time this afternoon. All right, trailing by the 6-0 margin. Razorbacks about to go back to work here offensively. Ball sitting at the 25-yard line on the kind of bobbled kick return. All right, Razorbacks ready. Ty Wade back behind center. And on 1st down and 10, man in motion, we'll do a little quick toss up ahead to Logan Williams as he's sweeping here near side, changing directions, and he's going to go down right at the 25.5-yard line. Bobcats were all over the pursuit on that, and they swallow him up. Half-yard gain at most, and it's 2nd down and 10. Good pursuit from Hope that time as they smothered Logan Williams on that little reverse coming from the right to the left. And and just nowhere to go for the Razorbacks receiver. So on second down now, Wade's got one running back next to him. The Razorbacks going back to the air. They'll throw a little screen. That ball's knocked down incomplete. It was scooped up by Hope's big man, Gregory Burton, but the officials blowing the whistle saying it's incomplete. Razorbacks are trying to set up a screen to Powell, this near side on the left side of the field, and big boy got the hand up, Gregory Burton does, and now it's third down and 10. It's been a tough start for Arkansas High's offense. A pass for an interception, an attempted reverse for no gain, and now an incomplete pass. So it's third down, 10 yards to go for Arkansas High. Just over 10 minutes left to play in this first quarter. Wade back to pass, throwing this one deep. He's got a receiver and just overshot him a little bit. And we talked about where the wind is blowing. It was actually at Ty's back that time as he was trying to get the ball out along the Webster, and it falls incomplete, and we'll have fourth down. So the Razorbacks with a pick on the first series, a 3-and-out here on the second, and Christian Stewart's in to try to punt. Actually, they changed the intended target that time for Arkansas High. That was not number 11, actually. That was number 13 who was the man that they were shooting for. That's Kadrian Williams. Here's Stewart's punt. Gets it up in that wind. Return man coming up forward. Will grab it at the 47-yard line and manages to make a catch in traffic. That's KJ Love, a very risky play. Returns it across the 50 to about the 48-yard line of Arkansas High, but high risk, little reward. It's first down Bobcats at the Razorback 49-yard line. The punt, not terribly long. They got about 28 yards on the punt. But the return of 3 or 4 gives the Bobcats another good starting field position at the 49 of Arkansas High. And off we'll go. First down and 10, Hope. Patterson, the quarterback, handing off on first down. That's his scat back tailback out across the 35 to about the 34-yard line. That is Kajon Booker, who goes for 15 yards, and it's first down and 10 for the Bobcats. A couple of big runs already for Booker today, as he runs that one for 15. Bobcats back in business at the 34-yard line of Arkansas High. First down and 10, 3 receivers split right for Hope. Booker, the lone setback behind Patterson, throwing a slant. That one into traffic, and Love comes down with it. Takes the ball basically out of the hands of Shantez Wilkerson. They were together at the 29-yard line. Grabbed out of there by Love for a gain of about 6 yards, and it'll be second down and 4. Tell you what, that's a couple of plays that have been extremely high risk. One on the punt return attempt by Love, and then on a pass by Patterson. Trying to stick that right in there, and he does for 6 yards. And now it's second and 4. Bobcats will bunch up in the right. Patterson to hand off to Booker again, right up the middle. Breaks a tackle across a 25, and he'll finally be stopped at about the 22-yard line. That'll be another Bobcat first down, though, as in on the tackle for Arkansas. It looks like Darius Hill may have been in there for the stop. A little bit of Booker going a long way so far. Ball's going to be sent down on the 22-yard line. And Hope is on the move with 8:20 to play here in the first quarter, leading 6-0 already. Patterson again in the shotgun. Booker to his left. Hand off to Booker again, right up the middle, and another big gain down to the 10-yard line as he goes for another 12. And they're gashing the Razorbacks right up the middle right now. And it'll be first down and goal. Ball right on the stripe at the 10-yard line. This drive began at the 49. It's been 4 plays, and with the exception of the pass on first down, a lot of Booker here on this drive. First and goal at the 10. Booker to the left of Patterson. He'll give it to him again right up the middle. He's going to go, and not much that time as he gets stopped and breaks out of a couple of tackles. Looked like he was done and then stumbling forward. And actually, it is not Booker. It's their third running back. That's Tamorian Lindsay, the sophomore that managed to get 3 yards out of what should have been nothing. Razorbacks had him, and he manages to struggle forward all the way up to the 6-yard line, so a gain of 4. And it's second down and goal from there. Arkansas High had him stopped, couldn't hang on. Second and goal, Lindsay in the game. He'll be at tailback, and again they're going to go right back to the ground again to Lindsay, breaking 1 tackle, 2 tackles, carrying a defender down to the 1-yard line where finally Hill's the guy that stands him up and stops him. But it's a gain of another 5, and it'll be third down and goal at the 1-yard line. Sophomore, a tough runner. And so on third down and goal, Razorbacks are with very little real estate left to defend, about a half of a yard. I say the 1, and it's just inches from the goal line. They'll stay in their shotgun, though, as Patterson's back at the 5. He does not come up under center. And again, how about one more to Lindsay, and he gets hit and into the end zone. He falls, and it's a 12-0 lead for Hope. First, it started with a lot of Booker and ended with Tamorian Lindsay going in from a yard away. And the Bobcats get 2 quick first-quarter touchdowns. They take a 12-0 lead, and back on for the point-after try is Diego Ortiz. And we got a new holder for him. Amorian Dempsey is going to be the holder instead of Patterson. They bobbled the first point-after try. Dempsey set, low snap coming in, and they're going to have a flag before we get going. A little motion penalty on Hope, and they'll move this one back 5 yards and make him re-kick it. This has been the most difficult part of the game for the Bobcats so far. Struggled to get the kickoff last time and had it never even got off the kicker's foot, and here they get a 5-yard penalty before they can try this second point after. Other than that, though, Hope has had a pretty dominating first nearly 6 minutes of this game. 6:16 left in the half. High snap that time. Kick blocked. And we're going to have another call. Let's see what they're going to say. Nope, just a miss on it. And diving in there to get a hand on that is sophomore Jordan Williams, who blocks the point after try. So 2 Hope touchdowns, no point afters, and they've got a 12-0 lead with 6:16 to play. We'll take a 30-second break. We're going to come right back to Real Country and Texarkana Game Day.
A strong work ethic. Takes pride in a job well done. This is the kind of person you need. Express Employment Professionals can help because we understand what it takes to hire good people. It takes real people, real interviews. We find good people, matching the right skills for the right jobs. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
And we're back. 12-0 the score. Arkansas High to receive their third kick of this game, and this one finds its way into the hands of the 27-yard line. Arkansas High's return. A little surprised he had the football. Ricky Williams wasn't sure if it was him or the guy next to him that actually had it. Williams has it, returns it out to the 42-yard line where the Razorbacks will start in their best position of the evening so far, trailing by the 12-0 margin. So a bad snap on the first point after, a blocked kick on the second one, and Arkansas High finds itself down by a score of 12-0. And back out will come Ty Wade in the offense. 6:10 left to play, first quarter. They have not gone to what had been their normal MO to running the football. And they finally are on this third drive, and that's Cummings who goes for 1 yard straight up the middle. Not much there, tackled by Montavious Eason, senior defensive end, and it'll be second down and 9. A little bit strange on the offensive play call for the Razorbacks so far. A lot of throwing, not much running where they're typically really good between the tackles. They finally go there. on Cummings' first carry of the game. 2nd and 9 at the 42-yard line. Williams is going to split out along, in fact, both Williams, Logan and Kadrian Williams, splitting out wide left. Wade ready, back to pass he goes. Sets up a pass that's caught by Cummings in the backfield, looking for some room to run. Stopping, going, starting, looking for a block, and gets all that to lose 2 yards. A lot of running, about 15, 20 yards worth of running around for Cummings, and just couldn't shake the Bobcat defenders. Finishing that thing off was Caden Brown, a sophomore outside linebacker that makes the tackle after a loss of 2. Again, the Razorbacks struggling a little bit to get something going offensively. You heard from Barry Norton when we talked in the pregame. Right now, their big weakness is they don't really have a game-breaking player. So you've got to string together 10, 12 play drives, and that's just not their strength. Back to pass Wade now on 3rd down and 11. Looking middle of the field, up for grabs, in and out of the hands of the intended target, Ricky Williams at the 35-yard line. He looks like he kind of mistimed his jump a little bit, not seeing that football till the end. He had cornerback Katie Gully back there with him. The pass is incomplete, and it's going to bring up 4th down again for Arkansas High. 4:33 left to play in the half, trailing 12-0. Christian Stewart coming in. Christian standing at about the 26-yard line. The wind that was about 9 miles an hour slowed down a little bit. They don't come after him, and he gets this one high in the air. And ball's going to hit and take a Razorback bounce between the 2 return men and roll inside the 20, and they'll touch it and down it at about the 18-yard line. So with 4:23 to play in the half, Arkansas High goes back on defense, trailing 12-0. Probably made a bit of a tactical mistake by letting that thing roll. They may have been able to actually scoop it on the first bounce, but they did not, and the Razorbacks take advantage. So long field for the Bobcats this time as Ty Patterson comes back into the game. His Bobcats with a 2-score lead right now. A lot of throwing, maybe more than we anticipated when we got ready to call this game for you today. 3 receivers right now as Patterson hands off. They're going right back to the ground to Booker. It crosses the 20 to the 22-yard line. Gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down and 6. Big man Brendan Shorter at the bottom of that pile. And it's an effective 1st down carry. They've run the same basic play over and over again. It's either coming from the right or coming from the left. Just depends on what side they set the tailback on. This time, Booker's going to be to the right of Patterson. And they're really just punching the Razorbacks right in the middle. This time they'll set back to pass. Patterson looking. He's got a man and overshoots him. Razorbacks had a chance at an interception as Jordan Williams was back there, and he also looked like he didn't see the ball till the last second. The sophomore unable to hang on to it. That would have been a huge turn of events with an interception, but he can't hold it. It's 3rd down and 6. That would have been at about the 40-yard line. Razorbacks would have had stellar field position. Instead, 3rd down and 6. 3 receivers again split right for the Bobcats. 1 man in the backfield. And a high snap. Boy, Patterson's got to go back and find it. He falls on it back at the 12-yard line. Razorbacks lucky to not get a penalty. He was down on the ground. Richard Torres kind of piled into him down there at the 12-yard line, but it's a loss of 10, and it'll be 4th down. And that's just a bad snap, a little too high. Got away from the quarterback, and he had to go back and smartly falls on it instead of trying to scoop it and make a big play. He just stops a bad play from becoming a worse play. And on 4th down and 15, Patterson's back in his regular spot. They're not showing punt. Logan Williams is back at the 50-yard line, but they're not showing a punter. Now, they're going to back Patterson up to the 5-yard line, so he'll short kick it or quick kick it from there. It's actually the other guy, Dempsey, that kicks it. It'll land at the 35, take a hope bounce out to the 43-yard line. So nothing special on the kick. It's a 30-yard kick. The Razorbacks will start in good position on the Hope side of the field for the first time. And they'll have 3 minutes and 8 seconds left in this first quarter, trailing by a 12-0 margin. And the offense making its way back out. Ty Wade, and with him, Clue Cummings back on the field. All right, first down and 10, Razorbacks, 43-yard line. Cummings to the left of Wade. Man in motion, Logan Williams. Handoff up the middle. Boy, hit right when he got the ball, and they're going to blow this thing dead. But the combination of Richard Ware, the senior linebacker, and Caden Brown, the sophomore linebacker, defensive lineman, just swallowed up Cummings back at the 46-yard line for a loss of 3. You felt like they knew that one was coming all day long. Cummings will come out of the game. And it's going to be second down and 13. Razorbacks there. Powell's back in the game now, and Wade's looking to the sideline. A little bit of a confusion about what to do. They still got 15 on the play clock, so they've got ample time. Second and 13. Wade snaps his hands, looks middle, got a little bit of trouble. Now pulled it down, almost lost the football, and slides down after a 1-yard gain back to the 45-yard line. And it's going to be third down and 12. He wanted something middle right or his middle left, and just wasn't there, and pulled it down and made something out of it anyway. And gets it down to third down and 12 at the 45-yard line. Razorbacks have not had a play of more than 2 or 3 yards so far in this first quarter. We're down to a minute 45 left in the quarter. Wade ready now. 3 receivers to his right. He'll look that way. He's got a man. It's in and out of the hands, and probably should have been caught by Marcus Floyd at the 36-yard line. Ball popped up in the air. Now the Bobcats saying they intercepted it, and apparently they did. Officials agreeing that they brought the ball down for the interception, and it looked like it was Jaqueline Watson that came down with it. It's first down at the 36-yard line, and Ty Wade's going to get the credit for the interception, but he put it in the hands of his receiver, who just didn't hang on to it. That's picked off at the 36-yard line, and basically Hope's picked up 20 yards from when they had the ball just 3 plays ago. So a second turnover for Wade in this first quarter. And Hope's got the football back again. Back to pass, a little tunnel screen. That one caught out at the 32-yard line. Razorbacks trying to close on it. Ball knocked out. Razorbacks scoop it up and knocked down at the 28-yard line as Christian Torres, who picked up the fumble. They completed the pass to Tyzon Jones, and Jones had it knocked out of his hand by the corner on this side. And Torres recovers the fumble, and the Razorbacks get the ball right back again 1 play later. So turnovers, the theme of the last couple of plays, and for the Razorbacks, it's a plus 20, and they get the ball at the 27-yard line. First down and 10, Arkansas High at the 27. Wade ready. They'll hand off to Powell, his first carry of the game, and he's going to go forward across the 25 to about the 23-yard line. Big hit put on the end of that by Kieran Brown, senior defensive back. But first carry for Powell. We went almost the entire quarter before Powell got to touch the football. And he runs for, they're going to say 5 yards out to the 22-yard line. So second down and 5. Razorbacks going back to Powell again, trying to break a tackle, hit in the backfield, and he's going to be dropped for a loss back to the 26-yard line. Javarius Solomon, senior linebacker on the tackle. That's a loss of 4, and it becomes third down and 9. Not much blocking out in front of Powell that time. Is pretty easy for Solomon to get there. It was just a matter of hanging on to the tailback and dropping him. Third and 9 now. 20 seconds left here in the first quarter. Powell in the Game to the left of Wade. He's got three receivers to his right. Ty back to pass, setting up the screen to Powell. Makes the catch. Couple of blockers in front of him. He'll split them and go inside the 20, diving close to a first down at about the 18-yard line. And it's going to be very close, as that's the last play of the quarter. So we end the first quarter. We'll flip sides of the field. They're putting fourth down up on the chain, so we'll take a 60-second timeout. We're going to come right back for quarter number 2. As you're listening to our...
Providing excellent customer service while keeping everyone safe is a top priority here at State Bank. We are making your banking experience safer and easier with our new curbside banking program. Almost anything you need to do inside the branch can now be accomplished with curbside banking. Need to open an account, pick up a debit card, or hands-on help with a mobile banking? Just pull into a designated curbside spot, call the number on the sign, and a State Bank team member will come assist you quickly. We are excited to bring you this convenience and are thankful to serve you. Your family, your bank, State Bank.
As we begin the second quarter, it's going to be 4th and short for the Razorbacks, less than a yard.
All right, welcome back. We start quarter number 2. 4th down and short for Arkansas High at about the 18.5-yard line. Before we ever get the first play of the quarter off, Hope takes their first time out of the game. We'll stay here for this one rather than taking another break, but it's a chance at least for the Bobcats to burn out one of that timeouts. So Razorbacks will reset. They had the big jumbo package in there, and when I say jumbo, that included putting in, I think Shorter was in there as an extra fullback, the 330-pounder. So we'll reset. Coach Norton and his offensive staff will look at their play sheet and try to decide what's our next best play to get a half yard, if that was our best formation to get that half yard before Hope took their timeout. Powell's going to be the tailback in the game. Coming in with him, Kendarius Nash. We haven't seen him yet today, so he'll be in there at fullback. Let's see who else they've brought in. Looks like Torres is in the game as well. So they're bringing in a little extra beef to block for Powell, and they're going to have into the gun Wade. Powell just behind him. High snap, hands off to Powell, trying to go behind those two big guys. He's got the first down as he crosses the 15 and gets down to about the 14-yard line. Ball's pulled out. It sounded like a whistle blew, but Hope's running the other way with the football, and they're going to go all the way to the end zone. Boy, it sure sounded like we heard a whistle. And taking it the distance is Dempsey, Omarion Dempsey, and there's no sign from anybody. That looked like Powell had the first down. He was stopped forward progress at the 14-yard line, and the ball got ripped out of his arms apparently, and Dempsey runs the thing the length of the field and takes it about 85 yards for the touchdown. And they're going to line up for an extra point. Holy cow. He had gotten the ball inside the 14-yard line, and it looked like the official was actually walking out to mark it, and the next thing you know, it's Dempsey running out of the crowd with the football and going the other direction. And so it's an 18-0 lead, 11:42 left to play here in the first half on what was the first play of this second quarter. And Barry Norton's out on the field, an unhappy gentleman at the moment. Here's the point after try by Ortiz. They haven't made one yet, and they missed that one. Pulls it a little bit to the left, so 3-point after tries, none of them successful. We'll take a 30-second timeout. We'll come right back and try to figure out what the heck just happened. You're listening to Arkansas High Razorback football here on Real Country 98.7 and on Texarkana Game Day.
Samantha had to raise her hand to leave the classroom. Just like that, she had to decide her future. She knew she wanted to go to college, but she wasn't ready to choose her major. So she enrolled at Texarkana College. At a fraction of the cost of a university, Samantha can start on her basics while she decides what she wants to do with her future. Start here at Texarkana College.
All right, welcome back. Well, 18-0. That was a huge turn of events. It looked like the Razorbacks were about to make this a one-score game. Instead, the whole thing goes in the wrong direction. Tristan Powell looked like he had run enough for the first down. He loses the football, apparently, as it's ripped out of his arms by the quarterback, Amarian Dempsey. Next thing you know, Dempsey's on his horse going in the other direction. And we've got an 18-0 lead. High kickoff, and this one's going to be, before we ever get going, there's a flag down. Looks like Hope got offside on the kickoff, so they'll reset and try this one again. Wow. So the Bobcats will have to re-kick this. I'll tell you what, the only thing at the moment that's been a saving grace is just the inability for Hope to actually make a point after. I don't know that that does for you, but so far, it's been the only positive that's gone on. All right, they're ready to kick off. Ortiz teeing the ball off at the 35 instead of the 40. His kick will come down to the 20-yard line, grabbed there by Arkansas High on the run. Here's Marcus Floyd, 30-yard line, and he's going to get stopped at about the 32. And finally, here comes a whistle in. And the Razorback coach is a little salty right now about the fact that whistles are coming really, really late. They feel like their guys are being held up and the ball being ripped out of them after forward progress has been stopped, and that's a viable argument at the moment. All right, so the Razorbacks trailing now by a 18-0 margin. We'll get the ball at the 32-yard line. 11:32 left to play in the half. Arkansas, who had gotten the ball on good field position following a Hope fumble on their last possession, now finds themselves in a big hole. Powell in the backfield. He's to the left of Ty Wade. Low snap. Handoff to Powell up the middle, and he'll fall forward across the 35 to the 36 for a gain of 4 yards. Barry Norton's going to have his work cut out for him, trying to settle down this team and continue to convince them they're still in this ball game. A couple of mistakes have cost them dearly right now, but not for those. This is a very close game. Instead, you're down 18. You need a score. You need something positive offensively. Now mark the ball at the 37. Second down and 5. Man in motion. And they'll hand off. This is Cummings who's come in the game, and while they hit Cummings in the backfield, he manages to fall forward for about a yard. Well, we've called the name a few times, Caden Brown. For only a sophomore, he is a physical young man. And he knocks Cummings down after a gain of about 2 after the 39-yard line. So third down upcoming for Arkansas High, 3rd down and 3. They get the first down at the 42-yard line. Cummings stays in the game at tailback. As he's to the right of Ty Wade. Here comes the blitz right up the middle. They'll hand off to Cummings. Boy, I tell you what, Hope saw that before it ever got going. They sent a blitzing safety. 23 is Katie Gully. He's actually a linebacker. He was coming at the snap and got there when Cummings got the football. And it's a loss all the way back to the 33-yard line, as the Razorbacks will lose 6 on that play. And not much you can do with the linebacker that's timing it and times it right. So it comes 4th down and 10 again. And on the punt for, I think, a 3rd time is Christian Stewart. 2 Bobcats are back at the 25-yard line, including Dempsey. Snap on the money, and they don't really rush him. Into the wind, this punt goes up and hits at the 40, takes a Razorback bounce and rolls out of bounds on the far sideline at the 30-yard line. The Bobcats will go back to work with 9:29 left to play in the first half. They've already got an 18-0 lead. They'll have the ball at the 30. As they start another possession. They haven't really done much impressive offensively since the first drive, but they've got the points. They'll put 3 receivers to the left this time. As back to the ground they go, up the middle. Couple yards for Booker up to the 32-yard line. And it'll be 2nd down and 8. Kajon Booker has been splitting the running back duties so far in this first half with Tenarian Lindsay. Those two have accounted for most of the yardage, and it's kind of funny. Amarian Dempsey, who we've seen in a couple of different spots today, is their leading ground gainer. I don't think he's touched a football today on the offensive side running the ball. 2nd down, they're going to sweep. Sweeping left, Booker. Boy, got hit in the backfield, and a great open field tackle that time for Arkansas High. In on that is Rodney Kindley, freshman, who's getting a chance to play, and he makes his presence felt right away. Half-yard loss on the play. People are starting to ask themselves, where did he come from? Up here in the press box going, that's a freshman. That's Lindsay? Who is that guy? 3rd down and 8 coming up. Ball left hash. 3 receivers right for the Bobcats. Patterson back 5 yards at the 27-yard line. Long delay. Now here comes the snap. He's going back to pass. He was looking for his tailback. Instead, he goes to the middle of the field to Amarian Dempsey, who makes the catch and falls down shy of the first down at about the 37-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down and 3. That was looking for Booker all the way. Booker got covered up, and instead he makes the decision to go to Dempsey. He catches the ball and gets it up to about the 37. Gain of 5, and 4th down's coming up. 4th down and 3. 7:35 and counting, and again they're acting like Patterson's going to go for it here with the wind behind him, and their offensive lineman moved. Left tackle jumped that time, got a little bit antsy. That's Gregory Burton, the senior, and he's going to cost his team 5 yards. So they'll go back to the 32-yard after all, and you kind of figure this is just going to be a straight punt now instead. Cameron Blanchett coming in. Looks like he may be the guy doing the punting now. Sophomore, and he is going to back behind the 18-yard line. Razorbacks have no return man deep. Blanchett's listed as a quarterback/punter. Now finally we're going to back somebody back. Snaps on the money. Kick is out of there very quickly, and Logan Williams is going to let it hit, and it'll roll out of bounds as it hit at the 38-yard line and goes out of bounds with a hope bounce to the 30. So the kick was good for 38 yards, and Arkansas High will take it back at the 30-yard line. 7:09 left to play in the first half. 18-0. Hope with the lead, trying to beat the Razorbacks for the first time ever. They have been blown out the last 3 years, but it's a different Razorback team and a much better Bobcat team. First down at the 30. 7:09 left to play in this first half. Coming up at the half, we'll have a couple of interviews with Razorback players. Oh, Wade had the ball in his hand, dropped it, and then fell on it back at the 21-yard line. He was trying to spin it around, it looked like, or readjust it to get the laces right, and when he did, he dropped the football, and he falls on it back at the 21-yard line for a loss of 9. And now it's going to be 2nd down and 19. That's just bad luck. Yeah, it really did. It looked like he had it. He was back to pass and moving the ball to try to, it looked like flipping to get the laces right, and it fell right out of his hands. So 2nd down and 19 at the 21. It's a little cooler out than they're used to at 55 degrees. Split a man out. Wade back to pass. Trying to throw it. It's caught for a short gain. Powell will fall forward, maybe back to about a half-yard gain on that little delayed screen they'd set up, and it's going to be 3rd and 19. Offensively, Arkansas High has yet to get a first down. He had 11 rushes for -3 yards and 3 receptions for -8. So total of -8 total yards of offense. I would take that back. 5 yards of passing offense. So they've got a total of 2 yards of offense so far. 18 seconds on the play clock. 3rd down, 19. Wade back to pass. Looking left, now going a little deep. This one hangs up. Ball's caught. Ricky Williams at the 50. He'll drag a defender across the 40 to the 39-yard line. On the coverage to Quaylen Watson, but Williams went up, just took the ball away and gets him out of a hole all the way up to the 37-yard line of the Bobcats with 5:58 left to play here in the first half. First catch of the afternoon for Ricky Williams. And that's good for 42 yards. A much-needed play for Arkansas High. First big offensive play of the game. First down, Razorbacks. Wade said he's got the tailback to his left. Handoff, that's Powell, and he's hit in the backfield before he ever gets going. Darius Solomon again in there with a hit. That's a loss of 2 back to the 39-yard line. Razorbacks are having issues blocking right now. The Bobcats are in the backfield an awful lot, and this big offensive line that Arkansas High has got is giving up a lot of ground early to this pretty athletic and fast Hope defense. Got a lot of size, but right now we're not doing a very good job keeping the Bobcats away from the running backs. Under 5 left to play in the half. 18-0 the lead. 2nd down and 12. Back to the right of Wade. Where they're coming again, showing blitz. Handoff to Powell, and he'll fall back to the original line of scrimmage for a gain of 2. And it's 3rd down and 10. Right now, overwhelming the Razorback offense. They are sending linebackers just immediately, challenging with these run blitzes they're doing. See if Wade can hang in there long enough to toss it around him. Kendarius Nash coming out of the ball game. He'd been in on that last play as a blocking fullback. Checking in, Marcus Floyd. He's going to split out wide right. 3rd down and 10. You would think we're talking about 4-down territory for the Razorbacks on this side of the 50. Wade backing up. Here comes the blitz. He's got some time. Throws the ball middle. Boy, defender went over the top of the intended target and got no call on it. That's Adrian Williams, who was the intended target, and Dempsey just went over the top of him in what looked like an obvious pass interference call. And boy, Barry Norton's again trying to find out, how am I not getting a call here? 4th and 10 coming up. You can make the argument Dempsey was going for the ball, but it does not give him the right to mug the receiver going over the top of him. 3rd down turns into 4th, and it is indeed 4th and 10, and the Razorbacks keep the offense out here. Wade's got 3 receivers to his left, 1, 2 to his right. He's got a little time this time. Pocket's good. Thrown into the middle of the field and in and out of the hands of one of his linebackers backing up. That was Katie Gully again. Got a hand on it and knocked it down. And it will go over to downs for Hope with 3:50 left to play in this first half. Well, Razorbacks got one big play out of that and did not get a call on what looked like a fairly obvious pass interference call. And I'll be saying fairly just to at least give them some sense of maybe it wasn't completely obvious. I don't know. First down at the 37. Bobcats back in there on offense with the football now. Barry Norton still talking to the official next to him. First down. It's going to be the quarterback, Dempsey, who's in there that time. He keeps it, goes around the far side. It's a foot race down the sideline. They're not going to catch him. As number 1, Amorion Dempsey takes it all the way, 63 yards for the touchdown, his 3rd long score of this game so far, and this lead now 24-0 with 3:40 left to play in the first half. There was a fake by Dempsey to Booker. He hadn't been in there at quarterback at all yet. And the defense never expected he was going to keep it. Instead, 63 yards later, touchdown, and a 4-score lead for the Bobcats. And they're not even going to try for kicking it anymore. They're going to go for the 2-point conversion. Patterson back in there with Booker to his left as they go for 2. And the whistle blows before we get going. Let's see. Well, they don't stop it. There it comes. We had a whistle, and now all of a sudden we're going to get the second whistle. And we'll have a false start on the Bobcats, as they'll have to move 5 yards back before they try this conversion again. And we'll see if Coach Turner is going to want to bring in a kicker after all, or if we're going to try for 2 from the 7-yard line. Yeah, he said stay out there, so they're going to try it again. And how about another whistle? Back to back, another false start. This is going to ultimately be a field goal and not a point after tries. This thing has moved now back from the 3 to the 8 to the 13-yard line. You keep looking over the sideline going, are we bringing the kicker in yet, Coach? No, we'll just stay with this. So back-to-back penalties on the offense makes this a little more challenging 2-point conversion. .340 left to play in this first half. Patterson will try for the 2-pointer now. Gets the snap, looks left side, hangs one up toward the end zone. Coverage there, knocked away. No 2-point conversion. Score will stay 24-0 with 3:40 to play in this first half. Let's take a timeout. Back here in 30 seconds on Real Country 98.7 and Texarkana Game Day. .340 left to play in the first half. Razorbacks on the wrong end of a 24-0 score. The scoring has been from long distance. Amorian Dempsey's got 3 touchdowns, a 64-yard reception, an 86-yard fumble recovery that he took back for a score, and now a 63-yard run. So I'm not great at math, but I can do 200-plus yards of offense on 3 plays for Amorian Dempsey to give him 3 of their 4 scores. Razorbacks on the kickoff will get the ball at the 37-yard line as it's kicked out of bounds. And Arkansas High will start in fair position, the 37-yard line. They have had a play here and a play there and just unable to put together exactly what we heard in the pregame, enough to be able to be effective with multiple plays together. So it's back to the drawing board. 3:39 to play in the half. Hope's going to get the ball to start the second half. Hand off to Powell up the middle, and he will get across the 40 to about the 44-yard line for a gain of 6, almost 7 yards. And it's second down for Arkansas High. This is an important drive. You got to get something out of this. You cannot allow a quick 3 and out and hope to score and then get the ball to start the second half, or we're going to be having a running clock the second half of this game. Ball at the 43-yard line. Second down, about 5. Powell to the left of quarterback Ty Wade. Hand off to Powell again, this time trying to find a little seam off right tackle. He'll go across the 45 to the 46-yard line. 3rd down and 2 coming up. 23 is all over the place. Katie Gully. Dempsey's getting a lot of the scores, but Gully, one of those guys who is just an active defensive body. He is seeming to be everywhere where the ball is, and where they were coming with the blitz again, and this time they got caught jumping offside, and the Razorbacks will get a gift first down after an offside on the Bobcat defense. It's Caden Brown, who's been pretty active himself, got a little too jumpy that time, and will add 5 yards for the Razorbacks. So first down is the 5 yards, puts the ball on the Hope side of the field at the 49-yard line. First down, way back to pass, looking right, middle of the field right, ball up and into the hands of Logan Williams, who came down with it at the 18-yard line. There was a handful of players. I say Williams came out with it, handing the ball to the official. It was actually Kadrian Williams. I'm not sure who came out of there with that. I need to see a replay on which one of the two guys got that, if it was 4 or 13, but either way, the Razorbacks get up at the 18-yard line. So first down, Razorbacks at the 18-yard line. 31-yard play, and they're back in business inside the 20. First red zone trip for Arkansas High. On first down, they'll give it to Williams as he's sweeping. He tried this play in the first quarter, this time more successful. Logan runs away from a defender and gets to the end zone. 18-yard touchdown run for Logan Williams, and Arkansas High strikes with 1:25 left to play in the first half to make it a 24-6 ball game. It looked like that was going to be trouble, but Logan just outran the defenders that had an angle on him and then got down that far sideline. We'll shoot off a little fireworks, and the Razorbacks celebrate the score. And the ball's going to be put down at the 3-yard line. They'll try the point after here, but it looks like maybe a timeout before the point after try. 1:25 left to play in the half. I'm not sure why we needed a timeout, but Arkansas is looking at this now. It's a 24-point game. If you go for 2, you have a chance to do touchdown 2, touchdown 2, touchdown 2, and in 3 scores you can tie this thing up. So I think Barry Norton and his staff is looking at this saying, well, why not try for 2, and we can cut this to a 2-score lead. If we kick the extra point, it's still 3, and if we miss it, it's still 3, a 3-possession game. So they're going to rethink this and decide to take a shot at going for 2. Razorbacks will have burned their first time out of this half. And here comes the offense back on the field. So they're going to try for the 2-point conversion. Wade's out there. And they're setting up their jumbo package again. Torres and Nash out in front of Powell. Lined up to the left of the quarterback. Hand to Powell. Hit in the backfield. He's not getting there. The Bobcats saw that play earlier. They weren't successful stopping it the first time. They were this time. And so the score will stay 24-6 with 1:25 left to play. 30-second timeout. We're going to come right back. Real Country 98.7, Texarkana Game Day.
AmCare Clinic is seeking to change the way that multi-specialty medicine is delivered. We believe that a meaningful one-on-one relationship with our patients is at the core of every successful outcome. Our staff is ready to welcome you to our family expert providers. Our mission is to keep you healthy and live an enjoyable life.
Thank you. All right, we welcome you back to Arkansas's Razorback Stadium. Chuck Zach along with you. 1:25 left to play in the quarter. And how about if we do a little clarifying? Kadrian Williams is the guy that actually came out with that long pass reception. It wasn't Logan Williams, but Logan does finish it off with the touchdown run from 18 yards away. And the Razorbacks trail 24-6. Christian Stewart ready to kick off, kicking into the wind. He's going to go high and short. This is going to hit at the 32-yard line. Razorbacks have a chance at this thing. Ball on the ground. Razorbacks say they've got it. Waiting for an official to agree. And we still haven't seen a signal. And they're going to say Hope got it. Boy, they had a chance at that ball. It hit the turf, high bounce. Hope lost it, and then one of the Bobcats got to the bottom of the pile before the Razorbacks could and came out of there with the football at the 36-yard line. Well, for just a second, there was a chance to get right back in this thing. It's a great kick by Christian Stewart. And the kick coverage guys just couldn't time that right. And so it's first down Bobcats, 1:22 left to play in the half at the 36-yard line. Ty Patterson, the quarterback, to the ground they'll go. Booker hit in the backfield and dropped. Christian Torres swallows them up for a loss of 3. Second down and 13. A little bit different mojo going on right there. Razorbacks starting to feel a little bit more, a little spunk. Back to pass Patterson, looking to his left. Got a guy open. That's caught at the 45-yard line and stopped at about the 48. Ball comes out at the end of that. Let's see if we're going to get that one. And no, they're going to say forward progress stop, and Barry Norton's head may explode if that's the call. That was caught by Tristan Young, and he was stopped at the 48-yard line. And earlier, Powell had the ball ripped out of his hands. This time the ball ripped out, and they're going to say forward progress was stopped, and it'll be first down for the Bobcats at the 48-yard line. Gain of 15 on the play, and they move the chains. And Arkansas High going to take a timeout. That comes with 33 seconds left to play in the first half. Arkansas High burns their second timeout. 24-6 the score. And we'll just keep it here during this because we're just about to the half. We remind you coming up at the half, for you folks on game day, I'm sure you're going to be watching the band. For the folks back at the radio station, we have a couple of different Razorback players we're going to get you a chance to meet today. And we'll keep that kind of secretive for you so you're surprised when you get a chance to hear them at the half. And, of course, we will come back with scores from around the area as they're going on. A couple of big ones in Texarkana today with Pleasant Grove and Liberty Isle facing off on the Texas side of the city, and also kind of follow what's been going on in the rest of 5A South across the state and see where the rest of the games in the area are progressing. And we'll bring you the stats from the first half as well. So we got a busy time. You sit back and enjoy and relax, and we're going to work a little bit and try to get you some halftime entertainment. All right, out of the timeout, 32 and a half seconds left to play here in the half. First down and 10 Bobcats at their 48-yard line. Razorbacks showing a little too deep coverage. Back to pass, a little bubble screen. That one caught 43-yard line and knocked out of bounds. Boy, big hit at the end of that play. Razorbacks stick the big hit. That's Anton Harper with the hit. It was a short, if any, gain by Tyzon Jones. And actually, no gain is what they're going to say. So second down and 10. So he got knocked out of bounds to stop the clock. And that happens with 25 seconds left in this half. All right, out of the huddle. Bobcats back to the line of scrimmage. They'll set 3 of the receivers to the right on that short side of the field. Razorbacks coming on the blitz. Patterson fakes it and then drops the football. That almost looked like, if we were talking NFL, they might rule that an incomplete pass because he was going forward with it, but I think he tried to pull it off and the ball fell out of his hand, and they'll mark it back at the 42-yard line, and that will probably be the last play of the half as the Bobcat staff starts walking up there. Well, I'll tell you what, maybe not. They're going to take the timeout instead with 8 seconds left. That's a little strange, but okay. Loss of 6 on the play. It'll bring up third down. They'll say Patterson fumbled the football and went backward with it, and Hope, with 9 seconds left, has a chance to set up for something. They got 8.5 seconds to play with. They've got third down and 16, and Coach Philip Turner's got himself a 24-6 lead. He certainly got the big play opportunity of getting the ball into Maurian Dempsey's hands, and with 8.5 seconds left to play, he's already shown he can score from any place. 3 plays already in this game of more than 60 yards. We'll look to see if Dempsey's out there, and yep, he sure is. He'll be the quarterback on this play. The Razorbacks are going to start off with everybody way down the field. Now they're going to bring them up to the line of scrimmage, but keep 3 safeties back about 30 yards behind this play. So on this play, it's Dempsey keeping it himself, looking down the field, and he's going to get knocked out of bounds shy of the 45-yard line with 2 seconds left to play. Been the least effective play for Amorian Dempsey in this ball game so far, as he gained just about 2 yards. And we'll have one more play with 2 seconds left, 4th down and 14 at the 44-yard line. And the Bobcats are thinking their options over here. There's certainly nothing to keep him from throwing a ball up long. Dempsey's going to stay in there at quarterback. And you got 2 receivers left, 2 right. And we'll see what the Hail Mary type play is with a 24-6 lead. And now we're going to get a flag down before we ever got the playoff as they delayed the game. So back 5 more yards. You know, somewhere in there you think there may be a sign of just take the knee and go to the locker room, but not yet. So they'll move it back to the... Well, did they move it back, or did they pick it up and say he called the timeout? Sure looked like the play clock went all the way down, but apparently Hope took their timeout before they got the 5-yard penalty, so we'll stay with 4th down and 14 apparently. Officials kind of looking over their notes about how many timeouts have they got left, how many have they used. So we'll try it one more time. The longest last 8 seconds of football history. 2 seconds left. We'll come back and try this again. Bobcats have burned all their timeouts now, so that's the end of that for them. See if the Razorbacks choose to use any of theirs. We'll roll the clock. And Dempsey's got it. Right up the middle he comes. 50, 45, still on his feet, trying to reverse, and he's going to be thrown out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and that's where the half will finally come to an end. He picked up 11 on the play, but the half ends with that. And it's a 24-6 score as we go to the halftime. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back here in a couple of minutes for you folks on game days. We'll get you ready to watch the band. For the radio folks, we're going to head back to the studio, take a 3-minute timeout. We'll come back, talk a couple of minutes about what happened in the first half, and get you ready for Hogs at the half. So you are checking us out here on Real Country 98.7 and on Texarkana Game Day.
Clinic is seeking to change the way that multi-specialty medicine is delivered. We believe that a meaningful one-on-one relationship with our patients is at the core of every successful outcome. Our staff is ready to welcome you to our family expert providers. Our mission is to keep you healthy and live an enjoyable life.
Lieutenant Mary Dow, Alexander Johnson, Evie Martin, and Grace Hartwell. This week's dancer of the week is Jaden Runyon. Tonight, the Red Line will be performing a palm routine to the hit song Blinding Lights by The Weeknd. also for our middle school bands and high school band. Ladies and gentlemen, for your continued halftime entertainment, Arkansas High School is proud to present the award-winning Arkansas 5A State Honor Band, the Arkansas High School Razorback Marching Band. The band is under the field direction of Drum Major Madison Bowie and Assistant Drum Major Spencer Green, and our color guard captain, Caitlin Miller. Band member of the week is Brianna Davis. And the section of the week is the clarinet section. Tonight, the band will be performing their award-winning contest show, Angels and Demons. Drum majors, is your band ready?
They clocked in right now. That's it, man. I don't even like the curve. Don't try to make no adjustments. They do the same plays. Third, like bro, it could be 3rd and 8, bro. They doing a draw, man. Like what? Like they don't even try to win, man. They just out here clocked into the game over.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for our Arkansas High School Razorback Band.
I can send school to take it for you. One second. Hey, everybody stop talking. Okay, so.
You getting that?
That's 36 years ago.
A strong work ethic takes pride in a job well done. This is the kind of person you need. Express Employment Professionals can help because we understand what it takes to hire good people. It takes real people, real interviews. We find good people, matching the right skills for the right jobs. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
Jay! I'm heading to the restroom. I'm cold.
Once again, we're welcoming you to visit the concession stand tonight. Get you something good to eat, something warm to drink. We'll welcome our special guest from UA Health Texarkana, Christine Bolt, Chancellor, and Dr. Jennifer White Cunningham, Director of Student Relations. Special thanks to representatives from both of them tonight.
Well, all right, welcome back. We are getting ready to start half number 2. 24-6, the Razorbacks trailing. How about some scores from the neighborhood? First cross town, Pleasant Grove beating Liberty Iowa 3-0. That's in the second quarter. And back in the conference, interesting news. The game of the night, according to the folks at Hootens, is Camden Fairview hosting Hot Springs. Right now, the Cardinals with a 28-21 lead over the Trojans. They're at the half in that game. Haven't seen the game from the score from Magnolia and D-Queen yet. Of course, the Razorbacks are going to be on the road next Friday night, season finale in D-Queen to take on the Leopards. We will have that game for you here on Real Country 98.7. That will be a start time of 6:30 for the pregame, 7 o'clock for the kickoff. Alan Brown is going to bring you the play-by-play next Friday night here on Real Country. We're getting ready to get back to action here as the Razorbacks have to kick off to begin this second half. They trailed 24-7, a game in which we've had 5 touchdowns and not one extra point. The kicking game bad for the Leopards for the Bobcats on the first couple of tries. They went for a 2-point attempt and that didn't work either. Razorbacks got their touchdown and then they went for 2 points and could not convert as well. So we've had that anyway. Nothing else. It's a little excitement. We've got ready for the second half now. Bobcats are already out there and ready to go. Of course, they won the opening toss, the coin toss. They deferred and decided to take the ball in the second half, and so they will get the ball to start this second half of play in the senior night home finale for Arkansas High. Razorbacks trying to get their second win of the year. Bobcats trying to get their second win of the year and beat the Razorbacks for the first time, in anybody's recent memory. All right, Christian Stewart's out there, ready to kick off. He's kicking into the wind as he goes from left to right, and here's the kick, and it's going to hang up and actually roll out of bounds as it goes out on the fly at the 30-yard line. So trying to deal with some wind, although the wind has pretty much gone limp now. I'm looking out at the flags. First, the American flag, which is behind the goalpost on the right side of the field. That one's been a kind of limp anyway, but the ones at the top of the stadium also now have pretty much died, so there really isn't much wind to speak of. There's just a miss hit on the kickoff by Stewart, and they'll put the ball down at the 35-yard line, and that's where the Bobcats will start their first possession of the second half. They had everything go right for the most part, with the exception of those extra point conversions in the first half. Ty Patterson is the quarterback, although he will not start on this drive. It's Amorian Dempsey back out there in the shotgun as he's the quarterback for this one. To his right, Kajon Booker, and he'll get the handoff on first down. Booker breaks a tackle in the backfield and struggles forward for about 4 yards before he's taken down. First guy there to hit him in the backfield looked like it was Darius Hill, but he couldn't make the tackle. And so I take that back. I'm going to change that and say that may have been Jeremiah Jones that had him first, but it's a gain of 5 out to the 40-yard line. And so we'll have a second down and 5. A little change of pace here as they've gone with the second quarterback, if you will, Amorian Dempsey. So second down and 5, and this is going to be Dempsey keeping himself. Finds a little crease, and across the 40 he goes. Finally pulled down at the 43-yard line, and they'll make him the 42-yard line. Getting him down from behind was Shintez Wilkerson, who had to run down the speedy Dempsey, but not until he picks up a first down as he runs for 18 yards. Dempsey is all speed. You see the little crease, and off he goes. He's got a different gear than most everybody out on that field. And he has been impressive so far as we look at the stats. He's got 4 carries and 94 yards. He stays in there again. Booker's going to shift from right to left side. And it's Dempsey faking the handoff, trying to sweep left. Razorbacks get there and stop him. He's going to change direction. He was coming this way. Now he's going the other way. He's got the sideline, and he'll step out of bounds across the 30 at the 29-yard line. I'm not going to say right on the 30, but he picks up something out of nothing as he goes for 12. And he crosses the 100-yard mark. It was really good defense at the beginning of that. They had him hemmed in here on the near sideline. He reversed field and then got a couple of blockers and goes for 12 and moves the chains. First down, Bobcats, as we're a minute and a half into this second half of play. 24-6 the score. Hope with the footballs. They're moving from right to left in their white tops and their red pants. Razorbacks red tops, white pants. First down at the 30. Dempsey fakes left, now goes right, and he's going to get pulled down from behind after a gain of just a couple, and here come flags out. Torres on the tackle, and they may have horse-collared him, pulling him down from behind. We got the flags down, and now some discussion about exactly what the infraction's going to be. And yep, here it comes. It is indeed the horse collar tackle. So they'll tack 15 yards on the top of that. Yeah, move this way inside the 20 down to the 16-yard line. Not sure necessarily about that spot. If they were going to give him the couple-yard gain and the 15 yards, it should actually be at about the 13, but they're going to put it down on the 15-yard line, where it'll be first down and 10. For the Bobcats. Back to work goes Dempsey, and this time he's going to be pushed out of bounds after just a short gain, maybe a yard. Darius Hill that time. Gain of a yard, and it's second down and 9. Hope showing quarterback number 2 as they started this game with sophomore Ty Patterson and now senior Amorian Dempsey, who really isn't showing much inclination to throw the football. comes in and he gets to run the show. So 2nd down and 9 at the 14-yard line, right hash. 3 receivers to the left, fake the handoff, and he is going to throw left-handed, throws that ball, caught at the 5-yard line, big hit at the 2, keeps the receiver out of the end zone. Making that catch at the 5 was Tristan Young, and there is your first pass from Mr. Amorian Dempsey. A little bit of a surprise. He got that out of there in a hurry and got it 1st down and goal at the 3-yard line. Bobcats looking to try to stretch this thing. They've got a 24-6 lead already. Hand off to Booker up the middle. He's going to squeeze his way through a couple of tacklers and get down to the 1-yard line. Big man Brendan Shorter on the tackle, and it's 2nd down and goal.
Second and goal for 1 yard.
Razorback defense, hands on the hips already here in this 3rd quarter, 3 minutes into it. Bobcats trying to open this second half, maybe a gut punch. It's going to be Dempsey keeping himself after pulling the ball out of Booker's stomach, and he'll go in for a yard away. His 4th score of this game, the first one that was less than 60 yards, that one from a yard away. And the score goes to 30-6 with 9:05 left to play in the 3rd quarter. And they'll bring on the, let's see, we're going to try to kick this time, or they're going to go back to the, yeah, they're going to bring in a different kicker, it looks like. They had number 2 as their extra point guy. That was Diego Ortiz. Now it's number 57, Juan Ortiz, a sophomore. His kick is up. And where was he all night? He misses his as well. Missed it to the left apparently as well. And so we continue the folly of point afters. 30-6. 30-6 is the score. 9:05 left to play in the 3rd quarter. We'll take a 30-second break. We're coming right back. Real Country 98.7, Texarkana Game Day.
Welcome to Texarkana Physical Therapy, DeKalb and New Boston Physical Therapy's newest location. Because we're a family-owned clinic, we have the ability to offer some unique accommodations for patients, extended hours, including weekend availability, flexible payment plans, and we provide every patient the personal cell phone number of one of our therapists for 24/7 accessibility. We look forward to seeing you at our newest location at 5602 Richmond Road, Texarkana, Texas.
All right, welcome back as we start the Razorbacks' first possession. First, we'll get the kickoff as Arkansas High will take it across the 42, about the 43-yard line. That's Ricky Williams on the return, and so Arkansas High will take over there. Was asked in between the kickoff and the touchdown if there had been any offers that we know of for Amorian Dempsey. 6 foot, 160 pounds. He might could play cornerback, but he's probably a little too small to do much else. At least at the next level, you would think. Razorbacks will have their first offensive possession of the second half. They are down now by a margin of 30-6. Remember, in Arkansas, they start running a continual clock at a 35-point lead, so we're at 24 right now. First down and 10. Ty Wade back in there at quarterback to start the second half, and that ball in and out of the hands of Ricky Williams, who had caught the ball at the 41-yard line just about and was turning upfield on a little bubble screen, and that's incomplete. It'll be second down and 10. It's a second or third ball. We, again, put the marks on there on Ty Wade's stat sheet, and it's not getting help from receivers. We've had one go off his hands for an interception, and we've had one dropped here. We've had a second pass in the first half dropped as well. Second down and 10 now at the 43-yard line. In the backfield along with Wade is Tristan Powell. This ball caught by Logan Williams. This is actually backward to the 37-yard line. He'll get up to the 45, but ends up being a gain of a couple. And again, there's that number 23, Katie Gully, on the tackle. So Williams manages to pick up a couple yards. And we'll make it third down and 8 at the Razorback 45-yard line. 8.5 minutes left to play, third quarter. Ball aiming toward the right hash mark. Williams and Ricky Williams. Logan and Ricky will split out wide to the right side or near side of the field. Top of the screen, Catering Williams. All Williams everywhere. Wade back to pass. Looking sideline, that's caught. Ricky Williams at the 43-yard line, and he takes a defender with him out of bounds at the 36 for a first down. So the Razorbacks managed to pick up 20 on the play, and they'll move the chains. Ricky Williams with the reception. And Arkansas High moves into Hope territory at the 35-yard line. Wade now taking his time to look back to the sideline. They rushed to the line of scrimmage and then looked like they were set to go. And now things slowing back down again as they're trying to get the play in right. And we'll hand off to Tristan Powell, his first carry of this second half, and he crosses the 35-yard line, getting one, maybe two, and second down and 8's coming up.
Foul on the carry, it's the Bobcat.
Powell in that first half, 7 carries, 21 yards. Logan Williams had 2 for 18, but Cummings 4 carries, -5. Of course, Ty had the 4 carries, and you say they're carries, some of those are fumbles, including a 9-yard loss. We had 4 for -8. Second down and 8 at the 33-yard line. Ball middle of the field. Razorbacks driving here into Hope territory. Fake the handoff. Wade back's got a pocket. Throws right side. Ball missed the defender, and then Ricky Williams missed the football as he was fighting, kind of hand fighting with the cornerback there, and got his hands up a little bit late and couldn't bring the ball in. And it's going to bring up third down and 8. Clock stopping at 6:55 here in the third quarter. Again, a ball that Williams got a hand on. Actually, both hands on, but I think he kind of thought that the cornerback was going to get a hand on it and he wasn't going to have a chance at it, but it got through the corner and Ricky couldn't hang on. Now third down, blitz coming. Got a little bit of time. They'll dump off the screen to Powell. He's got one guy to beat. He does that. Gets out of one tackle, a second across the 25, and drugged down out of bounds at about the 20-yard line. They needed to get 8. Instead, they pick up 13 in the first down. Well, they picked the right time to do it, too. Hope's defense was definitely coming on the blitz, and the screen's a perfect play against that. And the Razorbacks will pick up the first down at the 20-yard line. There's a little discussion going on between officials. I think I'm going to add some more onto this. Yeah, face mask at the end of it. So Arkansas High gets the break as they'll move it to the 10-yard line. So not just the 13-yard completion, but 10 yards added on top of that for the face mask infraction by the Bobcats. Had a little bit extra. Ball's going to be at the 10-yard line now. First down and goal as they drop the markers. Nashiner at fullback. Powell, the running back, will hand off to Powell going wide side or left, and a couple of defenders got there, and a flag came down as well, and they may get Miles McBay for a hold as he was pulling, trying to lead that thing. And Powell's taken down for a loss of a couple, but there is a flag down back at the 11, almost the 12-yard line. And let's see if the officials think McBay, Razorbacks are walking backwards. So here it is. It's the hold. It'll be on Arkansas High, and so they'll move them back 10 yards and make it first down and 20. And actually more than that, first and goal at the 22-yard line. So that didn't go in the right direction at all. Razorbacks, and this is kind of weird. It's a spot foul, but when you're negative, you would expect this would just go back 10 yards from the original line of scrimmage, but they move it back to the 22-yard line. And so it's going to be first and goal from there. Razorbacks cannot get another first down. Wade back to pass. He's got a little time this time. Throws right side off the hands and intercepted by Dempsey again, who goes down on a knee after he got hit at the 11-yard line. And it'll be another turnover, and that's another one through the hands of a Razorback receiver. I think that was Catering Williams that had the hands on it. And Dempsey is down hurt at the 15-yard line, but we've got another interception. All right, I got to take a look at Dempsey. We'll see how much time we're going to take on this. He's still down on the field, and coaches and trainers coming out to him as he's flat on his stomach. He's moving around, and they'll roll him over. And I think he may be cramping is what it looks like. Looks like that right leg has got, cramping issues. He's doing that whole head is hurting as they're bending those toes back from the cramp in his right calf. So with 6:14 left to play in the third quarter, Hope's going to get the football, and their best player is about to have to limp off the field with a cramping issue. But I've said it a couple times. You hate to just keep harping on it, but the receivers just have not been helping Ty Wade today. Balls that have hit their hands, they just have not secured. And again, his stat sheet's the one that shows up with the negatives, but they're not making his job any easier. They are still working on stretching out Maureen Dempsey. And you kind of hesitate here. Do we take a break on this or do we stay? But working out a cramp usually can be fairly quick, and they can get him right up again. So we're just going to hang around on this, and apparently the defensive coach going to get his guys around him as Arkansas High is about to go on defense. And they're still doing a little bit of leg work on Mr. Dempsey. If you've ever had a cramp, you know they are not fun. They make you want to rethink everything you've done in life. Like, that's not something you want to go through often. And they'll help him walk off the field. It's just a matter of getting that thing to loosen up. Some guys like bananas is a thing that's a good way to keep that. Some like pickle juice. It's got that brine in it, that salt. And some guys just say, I just got to drink enough water. And a lot of young guys now don't remember, I got to drink a lot of water. Even on a cool night like tonight, you can still cramp up as much running as Dempsey's been doing. His muscles give out eventually. All right, they've walked him off the field. And so with 6:14 to go, it's Bobcat football at the 11-yard line. As they go back on offense, Dempsey out. Means we will get back the original quarterback that Hope started with. And on first down, they'll hand off to Booker up the middle for a couple of yards as Ty Patterson's back in there. It's 2nd down and 8 coming up. Booker has been kind of the workhorse. He didn't get a lot of attention for it. Let's see. They're actually marking him back a very short gain. It looked like he had gotten up to the 14, almost the 15-yard line, and they're going to say the 12. So a gain of just 1. 2nd down and 9 coming up. Razorbacks with Christian Torres, Raven King, Brendan Shorter, Jeremiah Jones, their defensive linemen. Cornerbacks Jordan Williams and Marcus Floyd. Safeties Ricky Williams, Logan Williams, back to pass Patterson. Looking sideline, that one is caught at the 30-yard line. Boy, it's a pass put just by the nose of the defender who is covering out there, and that catch is made by number 5. That's a second or third time Tristan Young has made a catch, and he advances it all the way to the 42-yard line for a 30-yard gain. It's first down for the Bobcats. That's a pass that was just put perfectly right by the defender who's running with Young and doesn't see the ball coming, and it landed right in Young's hands for the first down. And he ran it up to the 42-yard line. So first down and 10 Hope on the right side with 3 receivers left now for the Bobcats. Down to 5:23 to play in this third quarter. Handoff to Booker, finds a little lane and barrels his way to the 50-yard line. He'll go right on the stripe for a gain of 8, 2nd down and 2 coming up. They've just got weapons. That's the thing right now. They have got weapons. They've got running back weapons. They've got wide receiver weapons, and they've just got a little bit more team speed, it looks like right now, than the Razorbacks do. Shorter's coming off the field on this one. So Arkansas High will replace him on the defensive line. 2nd down and 2. Trying to draw the Razorbacks off. Patterson with an exaggerated thing. That's really could be a false start on the quarterback, but they don't call it. Handoff to Booker, and Booker trying to back his way across the 50-yard line. He gets stopped right on the line again, so it's 3rd down and 2. Really exaggerated motion by the quarterback, acting like the snap was coming. And it's one thing to make the noise change your cadence, hard count. It's one thing to clap your hand like you want the snap, but to simulate moving your body like that really is a false start on the quarterback. No call by the officials. 3rd down and 2 now, as we're down to 4 minutes left to play in this third quarter. 30-6 the score. Another handoff to Booker. He's hitting the backfield and trying to drag a defender with him. I don't think he's going to get the first down. About a half yard or so short of the first down. Devarian Conway, the senior 277-pound defensive tackle, makes the tackle, and it'll bring up 4th down and a yard. Arkansas High 49-yard line. 30-6. Razorbacks trailing. And it looks like the Bobcats are going to keep the offense out there. 4th down. It's a legit full yard to go for the first down. And with Dempsey out, you figure it's Booker. Well, actually, Booker out of there now as they bring in Tamorian Lindsay, it looks like, their sophomore tailback. And the snap's high, goes through Patterson's hands. Lindsay has to go back and get it. He's grabbed back at the 38-yard line. The Razorbacks will hang on to him. This is going to be a loss of about 12 yards. And here comes a late flag coming in. The Razorbacks had that play done, stopped. You're waiting for the whistle to call it done. I don't think the Razorbacks are hearing a whistle, and they continued on with the tackle. And it's way back at the 38-yard line. Darius Hill's the Razorback defender who ultimately threw Lindsay down to the ground. And they may hit Arkansas High with a penalty on this for unsportsmanlike or a late hit. And here it comes. He's going to explain to Coach Norton. The White Hat's coming over to talk to Coach Norton, who's already been salty about some of the calls that we've seen, including the fumble that was ripped out of his running back's hand after he thought forward progress was stopped. And here comes the discussion. And this is going to be a hard sell for Coach Norton to believe we didn't get a whistle. He kept playing without you blowing a whistle. And he's not going to win this argument. You never do. Razorback defenders are going to come over to the sideline. I think we may get a quick timeout to get recalibrated here, as the officials are going to give us the official word about, well, let's see now. Now they've changed their mind on this. Let's see. I think they're going to call the unsportsman after the fact. So that's what they're going to do. All right, so this is how this is going to work. They're going to say they stopped him, the play was done, and on change of possession, it's going to be the penalty assessed against the Razorbacks, which will actually move it back to their 49-yard line. But Arkansas High is going to get the football. So a strange turn of events. They stopped them. They had the ball back at about the 36-yard line, and instead the 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty is going to be assessed against Arkansas High. And it'll be 1st down and 10 Razorbacks, basically at the line of scrimmage where that play began. So with 3:04 left, it's 1st down Arkansas High. Their own 49-yard line. Wade back to pass, throwing deep right side. Ricky Williams back there while he's being grabbed, it looked like from behind. Kaleo Anderson's the cornerback. He's got one hand back on that jersey, and the official not calling anything on that, and it's 2nd down and 10. Yeah. Razorbacks are continuing to throw down the field, and they want to get the ball to Ricky. They've tried a couple of times to get it there. He's made one catch. He's had a couple drops, and he's gotten mugged on that one, it looked like. He'll come out wide right again this time with Anderson lining up against him. 2:58 to play in the third. 30-6 the score. Back to the ground to Powell. He's going to go left. Got a first down now at the 40-yard line. 35 stiff arms and knocks a man down as he goes out of bounds at the 33-yard line. Good run for Tristan Powell. The Razorbacks pick up first down and get into the Hope territory at about the 33-yard line. Powell on the afternoon now, 8 carries, 39 yards. 2:49 left as he goes out of bounds here in the third. Again, these little flashes things to look for next season. Back to pass, Wade. Got a little time. This one thrown deep. Got Ricky. Caught at the goal line. Touchdown, Razorbacks. They've been trying and trying and trying. They've been going outside routes, just fly routes or go routes. This time they ran the slant or the post, and Williams catches it and tumbles into the end zone to make it a 30-12 ball game. Yeah, I think everybody's got to be relieved about seeing that one. Ricky's had a couple of chances, and they finally managed to make the connection and get the score out of it. And Razorbacks will bring the offense back out. They're going to try for 2 points again. 2:37 left to play in this third quarter. That's a 51-yard drive. It happens in 3 plays. All right, let's see how we're going to play this. Powell in the backfield with Wade. And whistle's blowing again, and we'll have a timeout. Arkansas High will take this one with 2:37 left. They took a timeout before the last 2-point conversion and did not convert on that as they went big heavy that time and tried to power over the Bobcat defense. This time they spread things out and don't like the look on the defense that they got and decide to take a timeout here. Now, the value of this 2-point conversion, kind of like earlier in the game. You get these 2 points and make it 14. That's a 16-point deficit. It's 2 scores. You miss it, and you're still at the 3-score difference. So really trying to get this thing down to 2 scores and away from 3. That's the value of this 2-point conversion. Razorbacks will come right back out, spread out again. They'll send 3 receivers right and 1 to the left. The guy left is Anton Harper. He's out there by himself. Ty Wade has Powell to his left. Blitz coming. Wade gets rid of it and misses the target, Logan Williams, who was slanting to the middle of the end zone, couldn't quite get him there. Pressure came right up in Ty's face and maybe forced that pass a little bit fast. Either way, the 2-point does not work. It's still a 30-12 game. We'll take a timeout. We're coming back in 30 seconds here on Real Country 98.7 and Texarkana Game Day.
This is Brian from Flying Burger and Seafood, inviting you to join us for the fastest and freshest casual dining experience in Texarkana. Whether you're hungry for a freshly ground hamburger, the tastiest fried catfish, or some of our amazing grilled seafood or chicken, we have what you want, just the way you like it, and always with a smile. Fast, casual dining, just the way you like it. Flying Burger and Seafood, Summerhill Road. Oh yeah, don't forget to top it off with the biggest, baddest cinnamon roll you've ever had. See you soon.
All right, welcome back. Razorbacks getting ready to kick off with a 2:37 left on the clock here in the third quarter. A little bit of a long, dragging out quarter here in the third. All right, Christian Stewart with the ball teed up at the 40. Here comes his kick. And this one, a squib through the middle of the Bobcat line and manages to make its way to the 35. It went a little too far. It got covered up and grabbed by Amorian Dempsey, who's back in the game. Despite the cramps that we saw a few minutes ago, he's back in there. And he gets that kick return. It'll be Bobcat ball at their 39-yard line. Yeah, good news for Dempsey is the cramping that he was suffering. Apparently they managed to work out, and so he's back out there healthy. At first down, and we'll see if it's Dempsey or if it's going to be Patterson in there at quarterback. First play of this possession, it is going to be Dempsey as he'll hand off to Booker right up the middle, 50-yard line, and he gets spun down as he crosses the 45 to the 43-yard line of Arkansas High. Logan Williams on the tackle, but it's a rip of 20 yards on 19 yards on the first down play. Ball sitting at the Razorback 42 now. Booker, who's one of those three-headed monsters that Hope's got running the football. Now has 72 yards himself. He'll get the ball again up the middle, and he'll get knocked down at the 40-yard line, hanging on for the tackles, a big defensive lineman. That's Tavarian Conway. Pickup of 2 on the play. Ball sitting at the 40, second down and 8. 1:55 left to play here in quarter number 3. 30-12, Razorbacks trailing. Bobcats scored often and long distance in the first half. A reception, a run, and a fumble recovery, all by Dempsey, who throws again, middle of the field. That one caught across the 30 to the 25 and carrying defenders who are ripping at the football but can't come out of there with it. That's KJ Love on the reception. It'll be first down hope at the 22-yard line of Arkansas High.
First down, Bobcats, Razorback 22.
Well, Love just fighting for position as he picks up 18 on that play. And they'll move the chains again. Dempsey, who we knew was the running quarterback, apparently a pretty good passer as well. In fact, his percentages of completions are better than Patterson's. He's going to keep it this time himself as he runs to the right. Got grabbed from behind by Darius Hill, who just hangs onto the jersey, but not until a 5-yard gain for Amorian Dempsey. Dempsey coming into this had only thrown the ball 31 times. He had 13 completions for 226 yards. That is about a 42% completion percentage. There's 3 touchdowns and 1 interception, as opposed to Patterson, who completed 38% of his passes, 8 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. 22 seconds left here in the quarter. Dempsey, the handoff to Booker. No, he's keeping it himself again. And he is not going to get much. In fact, 2 yards maybe. Hill comes out of there with the football, but whistle blows as forward progress stopped, and we're going to start walking in the other direction. Third down's coming up in a couple as we end the third quarter and head to the fourth. Let's take a 60-second break. We'll come back for the fourth quarter here at Arkansas High's Razorback Stadium. Razorbacks trailing hope 30-12 here on Real Country 98.7 and Texarkana Game Day.
Providing excellent customer service while keeping everyone safe is a top priority here at State Bank. We are making your banking experience safer and easier with our new curbside banking program. Almost anything you need to do inside the branch can now be accomplished with curbside banking. Need to open an account, pick up a debit card, or hands-on help with mobile banking? Just pull into a designated curbside spot, call the number on the sign, and a State Bank team member will come assist you quickly. We are excited to bring you this convenience and are thankful to serve you. Your family, your bank, State Bank.
Online program to UAHT's affordable tuition. If you're looking for an affordable degree that works around your busy schedule, an online AA with general education degree at UAHT.
All right, welcome back to Razorback Stadium as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. 30-12, Hope with the lead over the Razorbacks. No score change, at least none being reported from Camden, Fairview, and Hot Springs. Still shows 28-21 the score there. We'll look across town. Pleasant Grove and Liberty Iowa starting the second half of that game. That's still a 3-0 lead for the Hawks over the Leopards. All right, third down and 2 coming up at the 15-yard line. Dempsey staying in there at quarterback. Booker, his tailback to his left. Back to pass. The left, he's going to loft one up toward the back of the end zone, and that ball's broken up. Nicely covered by sophomore Jordan Williams, who poked it away from Tyjan Jones, and it'll be fourth down.
Jordan Williams on the coverage from the Razorbacks. Over at 4th and 2.
So fourth down and 2 coming up. As Dempsey, I think that's the first pass he's missed on since he's come in. And Philip Turner with the ball down here at the 15-yard line. It's a no-brainer here. You're going to go for this. Razorbacks will need 3 scores to catch the Bobcats here in this fourth quarter. It's got to start with a stop right here. Dempsey back in the gun. Hand up, fakes the handoff. He's in trouble. He's going to get dropped for a big loss. Big hit put on that time by Arkansas High's defensive line is Rodney Kinley. The freshman shows up for a second time today with the big hit, and it'll be Razorback ball at the 21-yard line as they record the sack for a loss of 6. That's a couple of plays from Kinley today. Another one of those guys to keep an eye on in the future. Freshman getting some time here in this last home game, and he's getting big congratulations on the bench. All right, well, the offense now gets a chance. Defense held. Here comes Ty Wade and the gang, including Tristan Powell, who's got those hold-up pink socks on. He'll be the tailback as Wade moves him to the right, and then back to the left. He's trying to figure out where he wants to put Tristan. First down, we'll fake the handoff. Wade back to pass. Got a receiver caught. 26-yard line, maybe the 27. For a gain of a few, it's Anton Harper with the catch as he picks up 5, make it 6 yards. Second down and 4. Wade on the afternoon throwing the football now. 10 of 21, 152 yards and a touchdown. And it's second down and 4. Razorbacks going to split. Cadrian Williams out wide right. He's picked up over there by Jaqueline Watson. They're one-on-one over there. Wade back to pass. He's going deep. He misses Logan Williams. Threw it to the outside. Williams is on the left side, and instead it's intercepted by Dempsey. How about another one by Dempsey? He'll return it to the 31-yard line of Arkansas High. 22-yard interception return, and they get the ball back again on Wade's 4th pick of the day. You just can't throw anywhere near Amorian Dempsey. He's like a magnet out there. He intercepted it at the 48-yard line of Hope and returned it to the 31 of Arkansas High. And the Bobcats are right back in business again. With 11 minutes exactly left in this home part of the season, Razorbacks find themselves down 30-12, and Hope's got the football, first down and 10 at the 31-yard line. There being the Razorbacks' 31-yard line. Dempsey's still their quarterback now. So he just intercepted the ball. Now he goes back to work running it. Up the middle he goes to the 25, trying to go far sideline. 20, 15, race to the corner. He's going to reach the ball out and get into the end zone from 31 yards away for his 5th score of the day. And it's 36-12. Hope with the lead. One play, 31 yards. And Dempsey now 12 carries, 142 yards, and 3 touchdowns on the ground. He caught 163 yards through the air and took a fumble back, 86 yards. And he's also had an interception in this game. He just hadn't sold popcorn. Here comes the kick. They're going to make a point after, you bet. Finally got a point after up and good. We go back to the original kicker, Diego Ortiz, to knock it through. And with 10:50 left to play in the game, we'll take a timeout. Back in 30 seconds. It's 37-12 Bobcats here on Real Country 98.7 and Texarkana Game Day.
If you're thinking of building or remodeling, start your project with Razorbacks Lumber and the Design Center. Our full-line lumber yards are stocked with the building materials you need for your project. The Design Center offers doors and windows, flooring, cabinetry, countertops, appliances, and more. And our team will help guide your project every step of the way. Take advantage of our custom kitchen design service. We'll help visualize your project with a 3D rendering of how your new space will look. Razorbacks Lumber and the Design Center is proud to be a Day 1 sponsor of Texarkana Game Day.
All right, welcome back. Well, The turnover results in 7 for Hope. Here comes the kickoff, and that will go out of bounds as Ortiz pulled that one left as it goes out of the 30-yard line. Razorbacks will get it up around the 35. Trailing now 37-12 with 10:50 left to play in this ball game. And again, we're going to, I guess, harp on this and not meaning to, but Amorian Dempsey has just been the one guy the Razorbacks cannot account for. He's just been a little too good all day long, no matter where he is. You almost have to account for him because he changes the game, whether it's the interception and returning that back and then running for the touchdown the play after he got the interception. Arkansas High now back to work at the 35-yard line. Wade will move his fullback, Kadarius Nash, and hands off to Powell. Powell sweeping this near side, puts a hand down to keep his balance after he almost got tackled for no gain. Still fighting forward. Ball ripped out at the end of this, but they're going to say down after a 9-yard gain out at the 44.5-yard line. And an injured Bobcat is back at the 33-yard line. I believe that may be Keston Mask, who was the original guy to hit Powell. And I don't know if he cramped up, and sure enough, it looks like he may have. As Coach Norton's actually out there doing the trainer's job. He's trying to bend back those toes and get that cramp out. And now Hope's guys come over, and Coach Norton makes the handoff of that right leg for Hope's trainers, and now Hope's got a... I guess it's one of their trainers who made the sprint out here. The turf's a little bit dewy now. We've got a little cool temperatures, and the trainer almost face planted running out here to bring some fluid out for his fallen player. So we got all that going on. What we'll have coming out of the break is second down in inches as Tristan Powell went for 9.5 to the 44-yard line. Still got 10:30 left in this game. The second half that has drug. We talked about the first half really kind of flew by. The second half not so much. And actually it's Katie Gully who had the cramp, not 33, it's 23. As we get him up now and he's walking off on his own. He has been kind of like Dempsey all over the place today. And he jogs off at the end of this, so apparently he's in pretty good shape. And it'll be second down and short for the Razorbacks. All right, they're ready to go now. Powell in the backfield, snap a little bit low. Wade's got it, in trouble, and he's going to be sacked back across the 35-yard line. Juan Ortiz, the sophomore, gets him down at the 34, and that's a loss of about the 10 they just picked up on the play before, and now it's third down and 10. And make it third and 11. They'll push him back to the 34-yard line. So Wade gets sacked and loses 10 on the play, and third down's coming up. Sometimes you just get that sense of you can't end fast enough. Wade back to pass, third down, trying to throw the screen out there. Boy, that almost got picked. Powell put a hand up on that and tipped it, and it almost got intercepted by a running through there, Kaleo Anderson, and it'll bring up fourth down. And that gets us to the 9:36 mark. Christian Stewart coming into punt now for Arkansas High on what's going to be fourth down and 11. Halftime score across town. Texas High trailing Nacogdoches 20-14. Snap on the money. Stewart tees up the punt, and this one he booms. This will come down at the 35-yard line, take a Razorback bounce inside the 25 and all the way down to the 20, where Logan Williams will scoop it up. But first, it's a 46-yard punt. It'll be first down for the Bobcats with 9:23 left to play in the game, as they'll tee it up at their 20-yard line. Next week, Arkansas High goes on the road for the final time this year. They head to DeQueen to take on the Leopards. We will have Alan Brown bringing that broadcast next Friday night as we wrap up the 2021 season. Arkansas High has not had a season with less than 3 wins, at least not in this century. And I mean by that, this 2000 to 2021, this century. We got new players in there for Hope now, new back in there. Number 25 is the running back. That's Donovan Jones, a sophomore that got back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be second down now. First time we've seen Donovan Jones in there. And second down. Now things are going to slow down a bunch as nobody's in a hurry to do much of anything. Hope's going to take as much time as they can off the clock, and Razorbacks really can't do much about that. Second down and 10. This time it's Dempsey keeping it. 25-yard line and steps out of bounds at the 30. There is Hill, the closest one to him, but he'll gain, 5 yards. He'll gain 10 yards. And we'll see if they're going to move the chains and pick up the first down, or if he's just shy. And they're going to move him. He got the full 10 yards. So 10 more for Amarian Dempsey. And they move the chains and keep it for another series of downs. Dempsey is again going to put up some gaudy numbers. If the Gazette's looking for a player of the week in Southwest Arkansas, somebody better nominate Amarian Dempsey. First down and 10 at the 30. Back to the ground they go. Handing off inside, that's Jones for a couple, maybe 3. And it's going to be second down and 7. Donovan Jones. Actually, that's not Donovan Jones. They went back to number 20, which has been their featured back for a while, Kajon Booker. So Booker went for 3. And Booker himself going to start to pick up numbers that are approaching the 100-yard mark. He's at 18 carries and 77 yards. So between the combination of Dempsey and Booker, they've got 229 yards already this afternoon, and we still got about 8 minutes left to play. Second down and 7. Pass by Dempsey, caught at the 40-yard line, pulled down at the 44. That is once again Tristan Young, and that's a first down as they pick up 11. Tristan Young with the reception. Trying to see how many catches Mr. Young's got today. That is his 4th. He's got 4 catches for 67 yards. Got more catches than anybody else, not more yards. Amarian Dempsey still has 2 catches for 69 to lead the way for the Bobcats. So he's going to lead in almost every category. He's got the most yards on the ground with 159. He's got 69 through the air receiving. Now a handoff to Booker, sweeping left, 50-yard line, powers over a defender and gets pulled down at the Arkansas High 45-yard line. That's Anton Harper with the tackle, and we got an injured Bobcat again back at the 43-yard line. Gain on the play was 11. As Booker took the ball across into Arkansas territory, and we'll have another official's timeout with an offensive lineman down this time. Looks like maybe J.J. Burton is the injured lineman. Tell you what, let's take a break. We're going to come right back here for the radio, folks, anyway. We're going to take a 30-second break. We'll come right back here to Real Country 98.7 and Texarkana Gameday.
A shield against the elements. Comfort in the midst of chaos. Shelter in the aftermath of destruction. For 75 years, Shelter Insurance has remained true to our promise to be there when you need us most. This is the heartbeat of our company, our why. Shelter Insurance. For your auto, home, and life.
In Arkansas, see Brian Bolt for a free insurance review.
A shield against the elements. Comfort in the midst of chaos. Shelter in the aftermath of destruction. For 75 years, Shelter...
Injured Bobcat as they help the offensive lineman off the field. 7:05 left to play in this one. 37-12, Hope with the lead. The Bobcats have a first down at the Arkansas High 45-yard line. Dempsey hands off. This is Lindsey who's come back in, the sophomore, and he goes for a couple as Christian Torres makes the tackle. Again, they have had really three different running backs / quarterback runners who have done the damage tonight on the ground. At the very beginning, we said they're not going to throw a whole heck of a lot, and they really have not. When you start looking at Hope's numbers, they've thrown just 13 times, but completed 10 of those 13 for 158 yards, averaging almost 16 yards a reception. They're very efficient, but they've run the ball 39 times for 236 more yards, so they're approaching the 400-yard mark on offense this afternoon. 6:14 left to play in the game. Second down and 8. And here's another handoff to Lindsey. He squirts through the 40, 35-30, down the sideline, 20, 10, and he will be knocked down at the 2-yard line, 3-yard line. Will be first down and goal as he goes for 40 yards. It's new, fresh legs in there, and guys that are motivated to try to get to that end zone. Maureen Lindsey, a sophomore, looking around at the landscape about who's going to be back next year. As Booker's going to graduate, Dempsey's going to graduate. Lindsey looks like he's the guy auditioning to be the feature back next season, and how about a 40-yard run here in the fourth quarter to up his totals. Lindsey now on the afternoon, 5 carries, 52 yards. First and goal from the 3. Hand off to Lindsey again as he dives and falls just short of the end zone. It'll be second down and goal. Got down to the 1. The official coming in from the side, pointing down to the ground just between the 1 and the end zone. They've actually been closer. They had a play earlier in the game where they had the ball literally, it felt like the nose was touching the white stripe. This one's about, I would say 8 or so inches behind the stripe. Second down and goal. 4:53 left to play. Handoff to Lindsey again, and this time he's not going to get there. He got stood up and pushed backward, and that's shorter on the tackle, and it'll be third down and goal. You see, they lost yardage. Yeah, he's back to the full yard line now. So they lost about 2 feet on that play. And now it's third down and goal. Razorback defense not going to give this one up without a fight. They don't want to let another score pop in. Dempsey back behind his center by about 5 yards. Lindsey to his left. This is handed off to Lindsey, and he's going to get in for the end zone. With 4:06 left to play, it's 43-12. Lindsey, Tamorian Lindsey in from 1 yard away. And the Bobcats about salted this one away. 43-12 the score. They're going to get their second win of the season, and while that seems like not that big a deal, we talked at the top of the show, it has been 6 years since they've gotten at least 2 wins. Here comes the point after try. This one popped up in the air and no good again. They pulled it left. So the kick no good, but we'll stop the clock with 4:06 left. We'll take the timeout. We're coming back in 30 seconds. Hope 43, Arkansas High 12 here on Real Country 98.7 and Texarkana Game Day.
Welcome to Texarkana Physical Therapy, DCAB and New Boston Physical Therapy community location. Because we're a family-owned clinic, we have the ability to offer some unique accommodations for patients, extended hours, including weekend availability, flexible payment plans, and we provide every patient the personal cell phone number of our therapists for 24/7 accessibility. We look forward to seeing you at our newest location at 56 therapy.
All righty, welcome back. The scoring drive for the Bobcats. Let's see, they marched that one down 10 plays, 80 yards, took 4:44 off the clock to make it a 43-12 lead. And you hate to be a stick in the mud about it. Here's the stat breakdown right now. 21 first downs for the Bobcats. They've run for 279. They've thrown for 158. The Razorbacks have 8 first downs. They've run for 46. They've thrown for 152. So we're at 198 yards of total offense. They are at 437. And with 4:06 left to play, Arkansas High going to try to finish this thing out with at least a little positive. See if the offense can get down the field and get one more in before they call this one a night. Ty Wade has gone the whole way for the Razorbacks at quarterback. And on first down, we're going back to the ground. Handoff to Tristan Powell. A little seam, 40, 50, 45, 40 down the sideline. Powell's going to go. They're going to give chase and not going to get there. How about that one? Powell with a 65-yard touchdown run. And the Razorbacks take one play to get their touchdown right back again. One play, 65 yards, 3:54 left to play in the game, and before we go all the way down there and celebrate, it looks like this one's got a flag behind it someplace. Yeah, there's a flag down at the 40-yard line. That thing is 25 yards from the line of scrimmage that apparently somebody held, and they're going to take touchdown off. And it'll result in a first down for Arkansas High at the 49 of Hope, but it'll take the 6 points off the board. So Powell with the gain out to the almost 40-yard line of Hope, and then they're going to march this thing back to the 49-yard line. Yep, when it rains, it pours. A little positive, they take it away. Hand off to Powell again after he just ran for 65. How about another 15? He's still going to go again. 30, and he gets pulled down from behind. Last guy to save a touchdown, Sidney Ross. The freshman defensive end catches up to him and takes him down inside the 25-yard line. You took one touchdown away from him. You tried to get it back. And he'll be pulled down. Let's see where they're going to mark him at the 24-yard line. So first down and 10 for the Razorbacks. They've got a guy down. Hope has a man down at the 35-yard line. So we're going to have another timeout on the field with 3:28 left. Cramping is, you again would not expect on a cool night you're going to see cramping happening, but that's what's happening tonight. About the 4th or 5th guy we've seen down on the ground having to stretch out some cramps, and they're doing that again here with 3:28 left. Razorbacks will have the ball at the 24-yard line of Hope when we get the injured player off, and that's actually the man that made the tackle. That was, that's Kevon Leaks, a junior defensive end who's got the cramp behind the play. So they'll get him off the field with 3:28 left, and Arkansas High goes back to work. 43-12, they're trailing Hope. They'll roll the clock. Razorbacks with Cummings in the game now after those 2 long runs by Powell. Handoff to Clue. He's running hard up the middle, pushes a lineman out of the way, goes across the 15 to the 13-yard line for a pickup of 11. It's the hardest we've seen him running in this game. And it's going to be a first down for the Razorbacks at the 13-yard line. Cummings just never was able to get going today. 5 carries, 6 yards for Cummings today. We're under the 3-minute mark. 2:50 and counting. Cummings staying in there at tailback. Wade as Cummings to his left. And we got a flag down before we snap the ball again. It looks like they may have lined up offsides. They're going to call offsides on Hope. And that's going to give the Razorbacks 5 free ones.
That's right, the goal against the Bobcats.
It's a little late, but we'll take the 5-yard penalty. Ball's going to be moved up to the 8-yard line. And it'll be first down and 5. We'll try it again. First and 5 from the 8. Arkansas High with 2 receivers out wide to the right, 1 to the left in the slot. And here comes the handoff to Cummings. Up the middle he goes, chugging down inside the 5 to about the 1-yard line. And it'll be first down and goal from the 1-yard line. Cummings eats up 7 more yards. And they'll keep things rolling as we're coming up on the 2-minute mark. We'll do a quick recap after we finish this one. Won't stick around much for a pregame for our board out back at the radio station and for folks here on game day. Not much point in doing a long postgame. All right, first and goal from the 1. Give it to Cummings again. He's going to walk into the end zone for the touchdown, and Arkansas High gets their 3rd score of the game with 1:45 left to play to make it a 43-18 score. Cummings with the touchdown. And for Clue, that is his 2nd scoring touchdown run of the season. Comes with 1:45 left. Christian Stewart on for the point after try. Razorbacks haven't let him kick one yet. They've been trying for 2-pointers both the first 2 times they scored, and this one he hits up and good, and we'll make it a 43-19 score with 1:45 left. Let's take a timeout. 30-second break. We'll come right back to Real Country 98.7 and Texarkana Game Day.
A strong work ethic takes pride in a job well done. This is the kind of person you need. Express Employment Professionals can help because we understand what it takes to hire good people. It takes real people, real interviews. We find good people, matching the right skills for the right jobs. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
Alrighty, welcome back. Last 1:45 of the final home game of the year coming up. Arkansas High with a 43-19 deficit. The last scoring drive for the Razorbacks, 5 plays, 65 yards. They got in that end zone a couple times. The first one was called back as Tristan Powell's 65-yard touchdown run on the first play got wiped out because of a holding penalty behind it, but they ended up getting in the end zone anyway with Marjavian Cummings scoring from a yard away to make it a 43-19 score. Bobcats expecting onside kick. Razorbacks have been kicking short all afternoon anyway. Stewart's got the wind behind him, and Hope's got one man, I'll say back deep at the 20-yard line. Stewart going to pooch this one up in the air. It'll fall in fair territory at the on the field of play, rather, 30-yard line, and roll inside the 30 down to about the 26. As back there deep for the Bobcats was KJ Love, and they'll take the ball to 27-yard line for what should be their final possession of this game. A tough night for Arkansas High to cap off what's been a tough season for the Razorbacks. This began with a 55-0 blowout at Paris and just never really got better. They got a win over a Pine Bluff Dollarway team a couple weeks after that, but canceled the Texas High game, lost the Mount Pleasant game because of COVID, and just never really got on track. Once conference play opened, they ended up with the best 3 teams in the conference in back-to-back-to-back weeks and lost all of them. And here we are with a first time ever loss to Hope. Handoff to Donovan Jones. And he goes for a couple out to about the 31, maybe the 32-yard line, where it'll be second down and 5. We're down to 1:18 left now. 2nd and 5. Jones, the sophomore, getting a carry or two here in the waning moments of this one. And now they got a miscommunication on that one. It's not Dempsey, a quarterback. They got a new quarterback in there. It's freshman Jamorian Monk, who carries the ball for a little bit, and crowd all hopping around because Monk kept the ball. I mean, he must be a team favorite out there because they were really waving the towels and making some noise about Monk getting the football. They'll lose a yard or so, and so it brings up 3rd down, last 30 seconds. They'll do one more snap. They just have to take a knee, and then that's going to be all she wrote. Let's see how they're going to let Monk run this last one out. And they're looking over, long look over, 5 on the play clock. And they're going to hand off one more to Donovan Jones, and Jones is going to get slung around, thrown down at the 30-yard line, and that should be the last snap of this game. They'll count off the last 10 seconds, and the Hope Bobcats, with a jumping around celebration on their side of the field. The Razorbacks, like I said, it's been kind of a microcosm of the 2021 season. Couple steps forward, couple steps back, and Barry Norton's team going to fall to 1-6 on the year, and they continue to be without a conference win as they fall to 0-4 actually 0-5 now in conference play. And they'll shake hands with the Bobcats and wrap this thing up. Let's give you the stat numbers for our day today. The Bobcats, 21 first downs, 289 rushing yards, 158 passing yards. So the quick math on that is 447 yards of offense. They were 10 of 13 throwing the football. They had 1 turnover, 5 penalties for 30 yards, 3 of 8 on 3rd down conversions, 0 of 3 on 4th downs. They didn't punt the ball, but how many times? A couple of punts. Quarterbacks did in the first half. Razorbacks, 13 first downs, 26 carries, 116 yards rushing. They were 10 of 24 throwing the football for 152 yards. Had 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions, 4 penalties for 40 yards. Razorbacks converted 4 of their 11 third down opportunities. Leaders in the game today for Arkansas, Tristan Powell, 11 carries, 99 yards, and 1 touchdown, 1 fumble, Logan Williams, 2 for 18 and a touchdown. Marjavian Cummings, 7 carries, 14 yards. He also had a touchdown. For the Bobcats, Amorian Dempsey, 13 carries, 152 yards, and 3 scores on the ground. Kajon Booker had 19 carries for 88 yards. Demorian Lindsay, 8 carries, 55 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Ty Patterson was 8 of 10 for 136 yards and a touchdown. Amorian Dempsey went 2 of 3 for 23 yards passing the football. Ty Wade was 10 of 23, 152 yards, 1 touchdown, 4 picks. Ricky Williams, 3 catches for 95 yards and 1 score. Logan Williams had 2 for 33. Tristan Powell, 3 for 20. Anton Harper had 1 catch for 6, and Cummings had 1 for -2. For the Bobcats, Dempsey, 2 catches, 69 yards, and 1 touchdown. Tristan Young had 4 for 67. It was long-distance scoring for the Hope Bobcats, especially in the first half of this game, where Amorian Dempsey did a lot of damage all over the place. He had a 64-yard touchdown reception on the first series. He had an 86-yard fumble return after he ripped the ball out of Powell's hands in the second quarter. He had a 63-yard run in the second quarter, and then in the second half had a 1-yard touchdown run and a 31-yard touchdown run. He accounted for 5 touchdowns today, more than 150 yards on the ground, and an 86 yards fumble recovery, and had an interception on top of all that. So a big day for Amorian Dempsey as the Bobcats win this one by a score of 43-19. They go to their second win of the season. They get their second win of the season, and on the year now they are 2-7. for win number 2. And in conference play, they're 2-3 now because they've already beaten D Queen 46-14. So they guarantee themselves that they will finish no worse than 5th in conference play this year. And actually, mathematically, are still alive in the playoffs. If some weird thing happens to happen, they could somehow still get in the postseason. All right, that's going to wrap things up for us here at Razorback Stadium. Thanks so much for tuning in. You've been listening to a presentation of Arkansas High Razorback Sports here on Real Country 98.7 and viewing us on Texarkana Game Day. You guys take care. Have a great weekend, and so long, everybody.